This meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975, Chapter 231. This agenda is complete to the extent known and was sent to the Trenton Times and Trentonian newspaper, posted on the first floor bulletin board in City Hall, filed in the city clerk's office, and posted on the City of Trenton website. Formal action will be taken. Roll call. Councilwoman Jossie Edwards.
Present.
Councilwoman Crystal Feliciano.
Present.
Councilwoman Tesca Frisbee.
Present.
Councilwoman Yasminelli Gonzalez.
Presente.
Councilman Harrison. Council Vice President Jennifer Williams.
Present and presente.
Council President Jenna Figueroa.
Present.
Okay. I, Cleveland Thompson, will be sitting in for Brandon Garcia, Municipal Clerk. Legislative Counsel Edward Kaloji. And City Attorney Wes Bridges. Okay, invocation. Madam President.
You may proceed.
Almighty God, who holds the faith of man and nation, we most humbly beseech thee to bless this our city, these deliberations, and these thy servants, that they may act with wisdom and understanding for the good of our community and thy greater glory. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Council President, there are recognitions. Would you like them to be heard first?
Yes, there is one presentation for recognitions at this time for NAACP Act So. We may proceed.
Are the members of Council President? Thank you.
Councilwoman, yes.
Are the members of ACSO here, the NAACP ACSO? So thank you for standing. So tonight we have a select group of students that competed in the recent NAACP Afro-Academic, Cultural, Technological, and Scientific Olympics, and several were gold medalists and others were medalists. And so tonight we want to present you with certificates of recognition, congratulating each and every one of you on the tremendous job that you did. The council is proud of you and wants to congratulate each and every one of you. Tonight we will be honoring Troy Phillips, London Harris, Henry Tharp, Sierra Owens, Isaiah Davis, Arthur A.J. Esau, Destiny Weldon. Congratulations to you all. So at this time, Council President, do each of them come and say something, or are we going to move to the photo? How do you want to
They
proceed?
can each, if anyone would like to say a few words, you could come up at this time and just say a few words.
Thank you. So if a representative from AXO wants to come while the rest of you stand with him or her, you could come to the center podium, press the button to turn the mic on and give a few words.
Press the button, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Hmm.
Greetings, Trenton Town Council. It is our absolute delight to represent this magnificent city. We, the Trenton branch of the AXO program, represent students and educators that come from throughout the city. It is Foundation Academy. It is George School. It is Trenton Central High School. It is Mercer County Community College. This is what we mean when we say Trenton makes, the world takes. We will be proudly representing Trenton next week in Chicago, Illinois at the National AXO Competition. So I would just briefly like to acknowledge that we have students that are competing in the arts. Arthur Esau is a fourth-year AXO competitor and gold medalist. He is also clap. That's good. He's also been in the governor's school and is transforming the world of music with his talent. London Harris is a rising senior from Foundation Academy who is presenting an original essay on AI and whether or not it is killing creativity. Destiny Weldon is a rising junior at Trenton Central High School who is presenting an original poem about women's sports. I had to go back and look. Sierra Owens is a rising junior who will be presenting a chemistry project where she has examined alternate fats in chocolate. Henry Thorpe is a rising senior. He will be competing in biology where he is looking at shea butter and cocoa butter and men's health and texture. Troy Phillips, he competed in the state competition with an architecture project around tiny homes in Trenton. And Isaiah Davis did a photo essay on her life here in Trenton. I want to firmly acknowledge, thank you. I want to also acknowledge the contributions of my co-chair, Ms. Corinne Grooms, and and the support that we get from Christopher Smith and Darius Dove to do this work. Thank you very much.
Okay, at this time, I would allow my council colleagues to give any comments. I would like to start. Thank you so much. What I appreciate what you just did is that not only did you honor all of these students from Trenton Central High School, but you did it without reading from a paper. You know your students and you know their capabilities and what they're doing, and that is profound. That is profound in an educator, and that is profound in what these students digest. As a Trenton Central High School student myself, in Trenton Public Schools my entire life, we live for anybody who is willing to pour into us and pour into us the extra so that we can go out into the real world and compete with some of the other municipalities, some of the other schools, some of the other towns, some of the other cities and states, and be something better. We live for this. We live for the mentorships. We live for the programs. So I am extremely excited about this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Councilman Feliciano, for bringing this to council. And thank you, Corinne Grooms, and yourself for pouring into these students, because these are the future leaders of our country, of our world, and they're going to do amazing things. So thank you so much. Much appreciated. Councilman Frisbee.
So good evening, everyone. So I want to just say congratulations to all the students. I know that Ms. Groom said that there's a variety of high schools here. So to each and every one of you in your respective high schools, we are so very proud of you. I love the diversity. I love that there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I had one of the parents over here, he was actually clapping, ooh, shea butter. I was like, oh, okay, he's excited about this for the men. But I love that you are inclusive, that there's no area that was taboo. So congratulations to you. Kudos to you for doing what you do and doing it unapologetically, but doing it also in excellence. We are so proud of you. We are so excited for the work that you're doing. We're so excited to see what you're going to do as we are moving forward and seeing your names in light, seeing your names well lit and boldly. I am So I'm grateful to say that you are Trentonians, that you are ours, and that you are representing the best of the best. So keep doing what you're doing. Be encouraged. Know that we are here. I do want to thank Councilwoman Feliciano for bringing this up and making sure that you were acknowledged in your accommodations. And I believe that there was another name. There's someone that is not here as well. So to all that competed and all that have achieved, congratulations to each and every single last one of you. And keep up the good work. Come on back up for us again.
Council Vice President Williams.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to say congratulations. Your projects they just sound so darn interesting. So just a small request, maybe after you get past your great visit to Chicago, if you could send copies of them to us on council, if there's any slides to look at, because they just really, each one is different, but it sounds like something we should know about and read about. And I just want to make sure you know when you go to Chicago, you're taking Trenton with you. And that's really important. And Chicago's a great city. I hope you have a wonderful time there. Definitely try the deep dish pizza. It's not the same as tomato pie, but it's pretty darn good. And there's some, I don't know if you get a chance to visit any of the colleges out there, some amazing institutions out there too. And the world's going to be your oyster. And I'm a little envious. I didn't get to visit Chicago until I was a senior in college. So good luck to all of you. God bless and congratulations. And thank you for your wonderful leadership, ma'am. And go. Thank you.
Council President.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Thank you. So I just want to say again, congratulations to each and every one of you. You are shining stars here in our city. Go forth and conquer. We are excited for you. We are rooting for you. I also want to shout out Larry Traylor. He is one of our school board members that came in here tonight to support. It's always important when we have our school board members that look out and go above and beyond and show up for the students. So thank you, Mr. Traylor, for being here with us tonight. We appreciate you. Our mayor is here tonight, so thank you, Mayor, for popping in and showing love to the kids. We appreciate you as well. So again, to each and every one of you and to your mentors that oversee, thank you so much for pouring in to our students. Thank you, students, for taking in what it is that they are giving to each and every one of you. But then most importantly, thank you for sharing with us and the world your wonderful and tremendous gifts. God bless you all.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
I'll be brief. I know some have to go to work, but I just want to say thank you, Councilwoman Feliciano, for bringing them in front of council. And to all of the young people, I'm excited to see the gold medals come back. So once you get those gold medals down there in Chicago, make sure you bring it on back so that we can show off here in City Council for another celebration. But proud of you all. Thank you. I'm excited for the diverse skill set that you guys are showing off to the world. So we are excited to see those gold medals come back. And thank you to all of the adults who are taking the time to pour into them, as mentioned earlier. Congratulations.
Councilman Harrison.
Thank you, Councilman Feliciano. And as everyone has up here said, we're all Team Trenton. We're wishing you the best. We know you're going to do great in Chicago. You are our next leaders of this great city. So thank you all so much.
And Councilwoman Edwards.
Thank you. I just want to say congratulations. Best of luck to you as you are on your endeavor in Chicago. I hope you bring home the medal, and whether you do or not, we are so proud of you. Thank you to all the educators that's involved, and especially as a lifetime subscriber of the NAACP. I'm such a proud member sitting here today, learning about your topics and what you're doing and your accomplishments. Please keep it up. Please continue pouring into our future. It's much appreciated, and we need you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all one more time. Again, thank you to the educators. And also thank you to Larry Traylor, who's here, who's on the NAACP board and also the acting president at this time and on the Board of Education for the City of Trenton. Thank you for pouring into our children. So guys, thank you so much. We'd like to take a quick picture. If we can move to the staircase I think. Let's move out to the staircase. We'll do this very, very quickly. We'll take a quick picture and then we'll resume the meeting. Thank you so much. Cleveland, we can proceed.
All right, moving on, Council President, we have some presentations.
Yes, we do. Our first presentation is Ike Williams Foundation for Boxing. Cleveland, can you please let them know how much time they have for the presentation? 10 minutes.
All right, you will have 10 minutes for your presentation.
Ready? Good evening. Thank you. Should we begin? Okay. So we provided you with a hard copy of our presentation. The Ike Williams Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, respectfully is requesting the council's support in our request for the acquisition and redevelopment of 450 Freeman Lane, a building that is currently abandoned, dilapidated, and not being used. And our vision for it is what you see on the cover of the presentation. That's what we believe the building should look like. We want it to be a state-of-the-art, first-class youth boxing, mentoring, and community development center. We are currently providing life skills development and boxing fitness training at 11 New Jersey Avenue. And that building certainly we have outgrown, and we're looking at it as a temporary space. This facility would certainly afford us the opportunity to have administrative space, classroom space, as well as the boxing fitness training space. And our vision also includes expansion of the current program we have going, which we have a partnership with the Attorney General's Office, the State Athletic Control Board, where we receive funding to direct our boxing youth towards careers in law enforcement and emergency response. So I don't want to take up a lot of time because you have the presentation in front of you, but we want it to be available to answer any questions you may have for the time if and when it becomes part of your agenda to vote on whether or not we can acquire this property to move forward with our vision.
Council President?
I'm sorry, is that the full presentation this evening?
If you'd like me to go on, I will.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know if you all had questions.
We'd like you to continue your presentation, and then we can ask questions at the end, if you don't mind.
Okay, certainly.
Thank you.
All right, so I will move on with more about our proposed vision of the project. Again, it's a dedicated boxing training and conditioning area, fitness and wellness programming. We'll also provide one-on-one and group mentoring, leadership and character development classes, life skills and personal development activities, educational support and enrichment opportunities. Again, I mentioned the career exposure, which presently we have partnerships with law enforcement and emergency response, because certainly being physically fit, being trained in boxing, and being drug and alcohol free puts our young people in a perfect position to be able to do those kinds of jobs. Family and community engagement. So you may want to ask, why 450 Freeman Lane? Why that particular property? So after we had the opportunity to tour and evaluate that property, we believe that it has the potential to support our long-term vision. It's got the potential to provide that permanent home for expanding our programs. We can organize distinct areas. There's enough space to have the boxing fitness, a ring, a shower area, administrative office space, multi-purpose rooms. And also it's our opportunity to reactivate a city-owned asset for sustained public benefit. We certainly see it as a potential to strengthen neighborhood activities and community pride and long-term stability that's really difficult to achieve through temporary or fragmented space, which is what we currently are operating in. Any final redevelopment plan will remain subject to due diligence, building and site assessments, zoning and land use reviews, code requirements, accessibility, environmental review where applicable, and design and development permitting financial and formal city approvals from you all, of course. Now, the proposed programs and services that will be offered out of that space would be the youth boxing development, which will be age-appropriate instruction in the fundamentals of boxing, conditioning, discipline, safety, and goal setting. Structured physical activities supporting strength, endurance, healthy habits, and personal accountability. Our coaches provide certainly a mentoring relationship as well as our volunteers. And we would provide also leadership development and our life skills workshops that we currently offer and certainly can begin to expand on include positive ways to have fun, drug and alcohol free, budgeting skills, financial management, anger management, because we certainly can't teach people how to fight and not teach them how to control their anger, improve decision-making skills, and just to name some. And again, as the community identifies their specific needs, we would be flexible in being able to provide additional types of workshops. Certainly workforce readiness and health and wellness, healthy habits, nutrition and so on. We also would provide community and family engagement because though it is a youth program, having the opportunity to bridge that digital divide with the elders and the young people, certainly with AI and the using computers and such, people will be able to come in and use our administrative space to help them fill out online applications, help them scan QR codes, the things that some of our elders have difficulty with doing. And we would be encouraging our young people to help them with that as well, building the bridge between those two communities, the elders and the youth. So there would be a great deal of community benefit and impact if we are able to acquire this property and to redevelop it. We certainly will be using measurable outcomes, which we use now, measuring, the number of unduplicated youth served, how many boxing fitness participants, how many life skills workshops we're offering, how many community events we're planning, and we certainly would be using measurable strategies and making sure that we use those ways of knowing that our programs are effective. Our implementation plan and timeline for this is we're looking at hopefully the city process and site control could be somewhere between now and 3 months from now, and our due diligence and planning within 6 months, our design and approval within 9 months, capital development to be concurrent with that, and renovation and fit out within 15 months, operational readiness within 17 months, and a launch in 18 months from the time we actually acquire the property. So that is our dream and vision for 450 Freeman Lane. We hope that you all will certainly support us in acquiring that property so that we can move forward with the services that we're providing on a smaller level, but we'd be able to expand. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Councilman Feliciano, at this time, would you like to ask your questions?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming before us tonight. Appreciate seeing you all here. In looking through everything, I think that the concept and everything is amazing. But as we're flipping through where we had the preliminary project budget summary, a lot is to be determined, so we don't have any dollars per se that are listed here. And then when we talk about funding and sustainability strategy, a lot of it is coming from corporate sponsorships, you're saying philanthropy, capital campaign fundraising. What monies do you actually have of your own that would be put into this? And then without us having an exact dollar amount of what this would be, how were we even supposed to know the potential expenditures that are expected to help this to be operational?
So currently, we have over $150,000 in funding for programs, 65,000 of which comes from the Attorney General's office, from the state, and the additional monies are through private fundraising efforts. The actual building costs, we did not have prepared for you tonight because our last visits to the property, we have had our construction folks come out and look. We needed to know, first of all, if we would be eligible to acquire the property. And we do know that some of the costs, for instance, the roof alone to be repaired is over $60,000. We are in position to get the monies to rehab the property. We're not asking the city for money to do anything to the building. What we need from the city is the building. We can get all of this done through our organization.
Have you spoken to anyone from our Housing and Economic Development Department about this?
Yes, I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Cotton, and I'm sorry I didn't even introduce ourselves. Our names are in the proposal. I'm Roxanne McElroy White, this is Larry Cotton, and this is Eric Ojekins, who is the director of Ike Williams. Well, I'll defer to Larry for you regarding the housing part.
Yes, good evening, Council. As you all know, I'm a resident of Trenton since I was 4 years old. I'm 64 now, so I've been 60 years. I grew up in West Trenton, went to Trenton Central High School, graduated in 1981, went to Hampton, graduated in 1986. We have met with the mayor's office and the HED on several occasions. They are well aware. They have 2 proposals from us. I've been in the building 4 or 5 times now. The building is what we need. And to see a building like that sitting in the community that's needed, that's vacant, it kind of bothers me because the city needs something what they used to do. As far as the finances, we're not worried about the money. We just worry about the building. So the HED, Mr. Rodriguez, I've met with him 3 times. He's aware of it. The mayor's aware of it. So we're just here for the council to support of the building. We know if you come out building now and see these kids in their boxing, you'd be amazed to see these little girls, 8 years old, 9, 10 years old, boxing, putting their heart into this game we call boxing. And the kids are so excited to be there. We got to put them out at night. So, but the space is just too small for us now. So we're trying to expand our program, and we can't expand it in the building that we're in.
So did you put in an application for the building?
Yes.
Okay, so again, all of this is great. So typically the way it works is once people put in their applications with the Housing and Economic Development part, if they're ready to present it up to the council for us to consider or whatever, we have a HED subcommittee, and then they would meet to discuss proposed properties and what's going on and everything like that. And then once it moves through that, then it would go and council president and them if they wanted to put it on the docket for it to come forward for us, and then we would render a decision on it. So I'm just asking what steps have been done because
Yes. I understand.
in my mind, while I think, again, this is great, I would have thought that some of those steps would have happened first. And then when we're ready to go, because we simply vote yes or no once it's presented and everything to us. But until it goes through those phases and moves forward, I mean, this is great, again, but
Well, with all due respect,
we can't tell the administration, go ahead and give it to them, is what I'm saying. We have to say yes or no once they present it to us.
What I'm saying, we're here because we just didn't come in the door. We got invited to come here because HCD knew about this program. We just didn't come out off the street and say, we're going to come in tonight and put some on the table.
Right.
HED, we have met with them, like I said, 3 times already, so they're aware of. So the process beyond that, we're not aware of. We was asked to come here to present our program to the council tonight. So anything in between that process, we don't know, but we was told to be here, and that's what we did.
The administration asked you to come here tonight?
Yes, he was invited to be here to present our, yes.
Okay.
So I don't know how the council, how the city hall works with their acquisitions and stuff like that, but.
Okay.
Councilwoman
I
Feliciano.
think that our expectation was this was just an introduction of what our vision is going to be, and then as we learn what the additional steps in the process are, we can provide all of the additional information.
I just trying to explain to Councilwoman Feliciano what the process was. Councilwoman Feliciano, this proposal was brought to me by Councilwoman Frisbee for a presentation. At the time, it was about the program itself and not about the building and housing and what it would be that they were looking to acquire. So this came to us as a proposal about the actual, the programming. Correct. Yes. Yeah, this was not brought to council or HED or anybody else about the purchasing of a property or anything like that. Yes.
Right. So we just wanted you to understand what we do and what our vision is moving forward and how this particular property would be perfect for our bigger vision. That's really the whole purpose. Any additional questions?
Yes. Council Vice President Williams.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And thank you, Councilwoman Feliciano, for your questions, because there are going to be questions that need to be answered in the future, certainly. So I just want to say welcome and thank you for coming. I'm fortunate to live in a neighborhood, Mill Hill section has the great Ike Williams Center. So we're, that's a name that a lot of people know, but particularly in the city, roots have been put down. So I'm really glad that this is going to be put together as a program. I'm hopeful that everything will come to fruition, but just to have a couple questions and kind of geared towards the future, kind of where Councilman Feliciano was asking her questions. Are you already working with a real estate lawyer for municipal land use law or anything to make sure everything goes smooth? Or
Not-
you can, okay.
Not to my knowledge, not yet.
Okay, that might be something maybe you might be able to find a lawyer even as a nonprofit that could help you pro bono just to make sure with this, it may not need a change of use or a variance, which would mean you'd have to go to zoning board. So that's just something to think about as you go forward. But this is a very thorough presentation. Outside, the numbers are things you have to find as you go along. And I was wondering if you also, with pursuing grants for something like this, is that something, I'm sure you looked into it already, but is there maybe different ways to try to find more funding? Like, I don't know if the WBA or the WBC or any of the international boxing federations offer.
Yes, we are well aware of a number of
Yep.
funding sources. We just need to be able to tell them what they would be funding and where.
Okay. And then what ages would you be working with the children?
8 to 18.
8 to 18. Okay, great. Because I am familiar with your program over on Jersey Avenue, and Michael Hilton is a phenomenal ambassador. So with that, I just want to wish you good luck. Thank you for coming to council. Thank you, Councilwoman Frisbee, for encouraging.
Michael Hilton's trainer. Right?
Oh,
Mr.
I did not know. Okay. Well, you did a very great job. He's very big. And also in trying to build the program, he's done a great job, I know, going to a lot of different groups and different individuals to try to recruit people to try to support what you're doing and spread the word of mouth. So
Absolutely.
with that, good luck and God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your Sorry.
So really quickly, I had written down attempts to acquire property. Guys answered that. I had written down age group. I wanted to know who the trainers are and what the cost is to the consumers once this is up and running.
So currently with the funding we receive, it is free for the youth.
Okay.
For if adults want to come and do boxing fitness training, there may be a small fee, but we certainly would look at families' income, their ability to pay and so forth.
Okay. And then can you tell us a little bit about the trainers?
Okay. I'll turn it over to the head.
I hate talking to crowds. How you doing? I'm Eric Junkins. I'm the head trainer of Ike Williams Boxing Academy. It's myself and my cousin, Joe Tucker Jr., former correctional officer. He's the assistant head coach. And we have a bunch of former fighters that came up through the program that's helping coach as well. So we'll all be training the kids and adults in the program in just the everyday operation.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Council President.
Just to
Count-
tell you, I just wanted to add that we do have one awesome success story. A young lady, Santee Booth, who trained with Ike Williams, who is in her final year of law school. She will become an attorney, and she's currently the boxing fitness trainer for the National Guard in Virginia.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, Councilwoman Frisbee, Councilman Harrison, and then Councilman Edwards.
So one, I want to thank you again for coming out this evening and sharing with the council and the rest of the community all that you do. I have a couple of questions. I think you answered one, but I just missed it. The first one is, where are you currently located out of?
11 New Jersey Avenue.
And how many youth are you currently serving there?
20 unduplicated in the funded program, but at any given time, there could be 30, 40. There's the open door policy. Any kids that come through can come.
And what is the goal? What the number of students, youth are you trying to reach?
Well, in the facility that we have now, we can accommodate at least 40 at a time, but we'd certainly would like to be able to accommodate at least 100.
And our council president just asked you about your staff, so that's
In addition to the trainers that Mr. Judkins told you about, we also have 2 retired police officers who serve as mentors. One is Mr. Bryce Dowers, retired Lawrence Township police officer, and also Mr. What's Philip's last? Detective Phil. I'm sorry, blame it on my age. I can't recall his last name, but we
That's
have
okay.
2 retired officers as well who provide mentoring.
excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Council President.
Councilman Harrison.
Yeah, I've had the honor of going to Ike Williams and seeing, like you said, 40 kids. Building's not big, much bigger than that. So I hope this happens because I think there's so many youth in this great city that need this mentorship and the ability to have somebody there help guide them and move them forward. So I hope and I pray that this gets done because this is another thing that could help the youth of our great city. So thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Edwards.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you so much for this presentation. All of you, I know separately and individually, you all do such tremendous work in our community, and collectively, I know this program is going to, provide so many different services and just a refuge for our youth to be able to have a safe space, mentoring, discipline. That discipline is what's key right now for our upcoming youth. As a former boxer myself, having gone through Goss and Goss for many years, I used to practice offense on Beast, Mike Hilton. So I know for a fact that it works. I know for a fact that it takes our youth off of the streets, and Mike is a testament to that. He has a testimony that he shares often with our community. So I'm very glad for this, especially for its location, being in Wilbur section. For those of us from Wilbur section, very proud, and in the close proximity to the schools as well. That area right there needs some tender loving care. So I'm so glad to see that, not only is a city-owned property being beautified, that you're attempting to bring a program that can bring, life back to the neighborhood and to our youth and give them something to do and take them off the street. So kudos to you all, and I wish you the best of luck on this. I'm looking forward to seeing this on our HED docket for our ad hoc committee. I would just say that please prepare for that, because we're going to hold you guys to the same standard as we hold all the other applicants. Mm-hmm. So be prepared to provide a budget estimate for the construction from a licensed and insured contractor or contractors, whomever is going to do the renovations and repairs on the building. And you seem to have everything else that we're looking for on what you intend to do, the purpose, the youth, the use of it, your target audience, your measurements. Like, this is an excellent presentation. The only thing we're missing is the cost estimates, because we just want to make sure you have proof of funds and you're prepared to take on the renovations and the cost of renovations, and with the contingency as well, because those of us that are in development, once you start opening walls, you may be surprised by what you find. So prepare for a contingency as well. So those are the things that we're looking for from this council for all of our applicants that intend on purchasing city-owned property, and you'll be good.
Okay,
So I look forward to supporting this in the near future.
thank you.
so
We will be
much.
prepared when we come back.
CP.
Any additional questions?
Councilman Gonzalez?
Yeah, I just want to say everything has been already asked. The main question was about the funding, and you guys have answered that. But I just want to say thank you for all of the work that you are doing with our young people. As we know, our kids need an outlet, and this is always an outlet that kind of lets them get that steam off and let that energy out. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of the work that you are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you for presenting. I wish you all the best of luck in acquiring the building and the establishment that you guys are looking to do. This is obviously a great thing for our youth. So thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And you're
Thank you. So Cleveland, next up, we have another presentation from Vessel Technologies and Bridgepoint Development LLC regarding ordinance 26-066.
All right, you have 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
Good evening. Good evening, members of council. Thank you for having us here this evening. I'm Josh Levy. With me tonight is Joseph Deacon. You may know him as he's a captain in your local fire department. Very excited to be able to present to you tonight about a vision that we have for currently vacant sites in Trenton. And the reason I'm excited about it is because I think it's the first of its kind that I know of, at least, where members of a local fire department are coming together to reinvest in their community and create housing for it. And when Joe told me about his vision for this and what he wanted to do, we were, thrilled to be able to be part of it. And to be able to do something else in Trenton after the redevelopment of our Perry Street property.
Good evening, members of council, mayor, residents. I think I know each of you personally for the most part for a lot of our own community events and things that we've done together. Tonight, we're here to present an opportunity to partner with the city, along with our first responders, to move forth with an opportunity to provide 48 homes within a 3-parcel lot that is currently vacant and has been sitting vacant for quite some time. We're looking forward to returning those vacant lots into city-owned parcels that will be productive use, in addition to homes that will be operated, owned, by our own first responders here within the city. As you take a look here, this is our ownership team. This is firefighter Malavin Melendez, myself, Captain Deacon, Captain Theodore Williams, and Captain Angel Castillo. We are all members of the fire department. We've all served for 15 years so far within our career time frame. And I'm going to ask each member to stand because I think you'll know them as well. Could you please stand, gentlemen? Us four are members of the Bridgepoint Development Group, and we look forward to partner with Vessel as the expertise and also mentorship within this process to be able to deliver another building similar to what we were able to do on Perry Street. That particular building has been a beacon of hope. I think you might know it very well. It stands out, but it also brings a vision of what modern and sustainable and attainable housing could look like within our community. So we look forward to partner with the city and move forward with doing something similar, on a much larger scale on 3rd Street, and also activate the 3rd Street Park, because that park is very underused. Jenna, as you know, you're the council person for that particular district. That park is not used. It's not fulfilling its full capabilities, and that's because of the lack of residential homes within that region and that vacant property that sits directly across from that. Speaking from the heart here, we've been firefighters for 15 years, and we go into a lot of vacant buildings in addition to a lot of properties that doesn't have the best upkeep from their landlord or maintenance. And us as first responders, we look at ourselves that we operate with honor, integrity, and pride. We are some of the most dependable people you can count on within the city. God forbid anyone should be in an accident going home tonight, but odds are we would be the same people responding to you to ensure that you're safe. We take care of your grandparents. We take care of your parents. In fact, some of our members here are mentors for your children in our junior academy program as well. So we're asking for you to entrust with us with the opportunity at a seat at the table to become developers as well. I think we've proven ourselves not only from our content of character, but from our proven development that we've done on Perry Street. So you're not betting on an idea, you're betting on a proven concept with the same people you've come to trust with your lives. Some of the challenges that we face, obviously, within the region, Trenton struggles to find very high quality homes that are affordable for the members who serve the city. We do have a difficulty with attainable housing for workforce, especially a lot of our members who are entering into the fire department at an entry-level salary. It does cause an issue for us. It causes an issue with retaining the members who can be productive in assisting our current neighborhoods, not only in safety, but also in the sense of stimulating our economy. Unfortunately, a lot of our members find themselves living outside of the city just because of the high quality of housing or the inability to be able to afford the housing. So I want you to take that into great consideration as we move forward. And we'll speak a little bit about Vessel and what they're able to deliver as well.
So to reintroduce Vessel as a concept, we came here initially during, I think it was 2020 or 2021 in the midst of COVID. So it was a virtual meeting. We didn't get to do it in person. But we're a mission-based housing company. I spent my entire career in the affordable housing industry on the development and finance side, doing everything from Hope 6 redevelopments to new construction of buildings. And what became clear to me and to my partner was that there was a huge hole in the market, and that there were tons of people who wanted to build very expensive, luxury housing, and there were people who would build tax credit housing that was subsidized, but there wasn't anything that could be delivered to communities that was unsubsidized housing for the workforce. And so we went about trying to create something that would be both healthy, sustainable, energy efficient, and safe, so that we could provide communities with an opportunity to have additional housing where they needed it, when they needed it. And so part of what we're able to do is to produce something that is safer. It's 100% steel. It's called Type 2B, non-combustible construction. We can do something that is alarmed and sprinklered throughout the building. All of our materials are hypoallergenic and antimicrobial and healthy. All of our units are incredibly energy efficient with LED lighting and all the most advanced systems. And everything is built around the idea of universal accessibility and design so that it's available to people of all different abilities. And part of the vision behind this was that housing would be available within communities, but owned and operated by people that were from the community and lived in the community, like Joe and his partners. The units, when you go into them, are built around the idea of being luxury quality, 9-foot ceilings, floor-to-ceiling windows, cove lighting, speakers in the units that residents can stream their music to. The whole building and the units are integrated with custom building technologies that we've created so that you can individually control your HVACs, you can control your lights. We have light therapy built into the units. We have air monitoring and purification. All the walls that you see in our units are made of something that's hypoallergenic and antimicrobial. There's no paint, there's no off-gassing of our materials. And we can deliver this faster. So a typical vessel building from the time that a foundation is done is going to take about 7 months in order to complete. So we can deliver housing quickly and efficiently. So you put housing units on the ground when you need them, and we're not waiting years and years for that housing to be provided. And all this is done also at a minimal disruption to the neighborhood. Part of what we do is prefabricated. And so we deliver wall panels to the site and floor panels. So the actual erection of the building takes about 6 weeks. And there's relatively no dumpsters or waste on the site. So it's a much cleaner, quieter construction process during the process. This is a little bit about, sort of vessel versus conventional multifamily. Among the other things, we're also 100% electric. We have no fossil fuels in the building. And so we're set up to, accept solar, and be able to operate at net zero basis. But faster, more efficient, more cost efficient, and lower operating expenses. So we can keep the quality high, but keep the rents at a level that people can actually afford. This is a picture of actually a building being delivered, just to give you a sense of what it looks like as it's coming on the site. Behind it is the actual building that's erected. Those are panels that are getting delivered, about 1 truck per day, and it takes about 6 weeks to finish. Once on site, we fit out the site.
All right, sir, I'm sorry, that is your time.
All right, at this time, if there's any questions from your presentation that council would like to ask, this is the time. Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes, I have just a couple questions. One, is it going to provide parking
Yes.
for each? Okay. And then two, I see there's like different locations. Are you looking to do the same model in each location that's listed?
Combining 3 different lots into one site.
Just making it all one, okay.
Yep,
Okay.
and then ancillary space for parking and for plantings and recreation space.
Okay. That was it for right now. Thanks.
Okay, so
Council President,
Councilwoman Feliciano.
thank you. So the parking is going to be on site?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so it's not going to disrupt the neighborhood and the people. How many parking spaces per unit are you looking to allot?
We're targeting a 1-to-1 parking ratio to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. The units that you're creating, are they 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom, so on and so forth?
Mix of 1s and 2s.
And you're only offering 1 parking spot per unit?
Yeah, we have 3, so there will be 2 to 3 2-bedrooms, and the rest will be 1.
Yes, begin the mic, please.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
There will be 2 to 3 2-bedrooms, and the remainder will be 1-bedrooms.
Okay, so how many
Sorry,
units
1.
total?
Right now, we're targeting 48, but we'll work on that with the Planning and Zoning Commission and the members of the staff to determine what the right number is ultimately based on their guidelines.
So with 48 units, the potential with the 1 to 2-bedroom apartments, there's a large potential for a lot of other vehicles in that area.
We've generally found that the 1-bedrooms carry 1 parking space, for operational purposes. And then we'll have a couple of extra spaces for both guest parking as well as for the 2-bedrooms for overflow for the 2s.
So you will have extra spots for them, okay. I'm really happy that this is happening. Like 3rd Street Park has been a park that we've gone to, like since I was a kid. And generally, given the neighborhood, parents don't really let their kids go there by themselves anymore.
Yep.
Like we used to go there and come home by the time the streetlights came on, and that's not a thing anymore. So I'm really, really excited for this. I know those lots, I've had the departments come out and clean up those lots several times. I don't see Director Weah in the audience. But he's done a phenomenal job of doing that a million times. So I'm really, really appreciative that these areas are going to get built up. And I do hope that it helps with the property across the street that used to be Ritchie and Page. I hope that they start to maintain their property now with this redevelopment. So thank you for bringing this to us. Thank you so much. Council Vice President Williams.
Thank you, ma'am. Good to see you, gentlemen, and congratulations on your starting your project. So I just have a few questions. The design is very exciting, very interesting, but I was curious, and I might have missed it. What would be the square footage for the 1 and 2 bedrooms?
The square footage of the 1 bedrooms is about 600 square feet. The square bedroom of the 2 bedrooms is about 875 square feet.
875. Okay, so they'll be a little small, but that's how you fit so many units. And then fitting 48, that will be on the first lot or the only lot, correct? Or is that spread?
The combined lots.
Pardon me?
The combined lots.
So to be combined, okay.
Mhm.
All right, and then as far as construction, how far out do you have a timeline for that if everything goes the way you want it to go?
We would expect to be in the ground by next year and completed by next year.
Oh, completed by end of 27?
Mhm.
Okay. And would you, as far as you mentioned Section 8 earlier, I believe, or affordable housing, this would be market rate or affordable or a mix? If I missed that.
We're targeting what we've always called like attainable housing or workforce housing.
Okay.
So not subsidized, by tax credits or other developments, but at a price that people in the workforce can afford. So lower than the new construction, highly amenitized, very expensive stuff that's been provided.
Okay. And does it qualify for the Aspire program or is it because of the threshold?
I don't know the answer to that. We could check.
Okay.
But I do want to just clearly say, Councilman, one of our main concerns was being able to retain a lot of our workforce within the city. That was our primary concern, to have attainable housing that meets that. Not so much, obviously, we support affordable housing, but one of our largest concern that we notice on the fire department and the police department is that most of our new entry-level firefighters are not staying within the city because they're unable to find that same high-quality housing that meets their salary at that time frame. So we're really looking forward to being able to retain those members so that they can stimulate our economy more so. And that's the reason why we're targeting that particular scale as opposed to affordable.
Okay, that sounds very smart to me, and I've heard that complaint from a lot of folks, not just in the fire department, so I'm glad you're targeting it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And having 4, fire captains, I'm sure this will probably be the safest building in Trenton.
Absolutely. I'll give you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming and good luck with everything. Take care. Thank you, Council President.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Thank you, Council President. So Captain Deegan and to the other fire department captains and members that are here. And to you, sir, I apologize. I forgot your name. I didn't write it. Josh, thank you. So thank you for coming forward. I love the idea that you are investing in our city, investing in each other. No one knows what you want better than you do. So I really love that. I love that you are looking to stay here within the community that you serve. So I think that is brilliant. I am in love with the idea that you're taking matters into your own hands instead of waiting for others to take on and tell you what you need. So that I think is absolutely great. You're taking a blight property and developing it into a healthy, useful space. And the fact that you took into account that parking so that you're not infringing on the community and hindering that is fantastic. I would like to ask for a copy of the PowerPoint. I always like to, I like to just reread things. And as we're going, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm just thinking about that, you guys have these long nights and these long early mornings that you need a place where you can rest your head when you come in from a traumatic situation, and having a home that is like Council VP just said, that I had it in here, it'll be one of the safest places in the city. So we probably will try and get some of us to we'll probably ask you to help us with our properties when we're building it, so we can have up to code and then some. I do have one question, and that is, how long will the members be allowed to stay in the facility, in the homes? Is there a timeline, or is it while they're there, or how was that?
Well, there's not necessarily a transition period because this isn't specifically targeting just, let's say, entry-level civil servants. Vessel has an initiative. Vessel, the name is because it's a launching pad. And the reason for that is we've worked very hard to ensure that we're able to keep the rents low so that our members will graduate into home ownership within, maybe 3 to 5 years or so. We're not looking for lifetime residents. We're looking for them to be able to launch out from our homes and our units and basically leave that void so that the next generation can actually find proper housing as well. So our entire initiative was to have very high quality housing, but keep a very minimal seamless, let's say, modern layout. The reason for that is to reduce clutter and assume that these members will spend their funds traveling, experiencing the rural, and saving it to buy another house as opposed to spending it on rent. So we've purposely went out of our way to sort of set a standard of high quality amenities to ensure that those standards are set, but we're not looking for lifetime residents. We would like for them to launch from the vessel pad.
So that's great, but they're going to have a reality check once they leave there and get into the real world and know what the prices of homes and things are. But I really love the concept. Congratulations on this, and thank you for bringing it before us. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you.
Council President?
Councilman Feliciano.
I just have one more question. Sorry. So this is going to be housing for first responders only?
No, not at all. Not at all. We're using them as an example of a low salary entry point of a group of people that would be very valuable to our community that we're unable currently to attain.
Anybody can apply to live there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Council President. Thank you.
Councilman Harrison.
My question is, like you said, this is a stepping point. Are you planning on doing, like you said, home ownership? Are you planning on doing other projects throughout the city?
Yeah, the answer is we'd love to do more projects throughout the city. Our Perry Street project was the first one, and was the first of its kind. We view this as just the next one, not the last one, and we're really excited about our partnership with the city and our ability to keep being part of it. So we, part of what we are as a company is a housing solutions provider, and we work with different developers. And so some of them may elect to do home ownership in the future. Some of them will do rentals, but we certainly support both of those. And the units themselves actually have the ability to be combined and decombined with them. So they can be, for home ownership purposes, they can be made larger into 2 and 3 bedrooms for those kinds of projects in the future.
Do you have a price range yet for the single bedroom, 2, 3 bedrooms yet, or no?
You mean for sale? No, not at this time.
Thank you, Council President.
May I chime? Because I just want to answer something for Joseph. Okay. Just speaking of future build outs, there's a variety of lots that we look into from a variety of districts, not just the South Side. I grew up in Wilbur section as well, but I didn't fight Mike. He was a bully. Just wanted to point that out. However, there's a parcel located at East State and Chambers, a little bit down from what used to be the Martin House, the CYO right now. And we look at those sort of lots because they fit our trajectory, at least 60 by 100 or by 80, something in that space. So even though we're not specifically targeting as many single family or maybe home ownerships, we have been looking at many blank parcels in each district that would fit this same exact model. And it would still be the same timeline to erect. And we look forward to partnering more with the city and to obviously, bring a larger group within our civil servants to be able to, extend that same reach. Just
thank you for your investment in a great city. Thank you.
Councilman Frisbee.
Thank you. I just have one other question. So again, I love the concept. Will there be financial guidance that you will be providing also to those that were interested? You said the goal is to get them into their own home ownership out of this. Will you be providing that? Because like we have had projects here where people have purchased properties. They said they're going to help them move from renter into home ownership, but they have failed. And that's because they don't have the proper, it's primarily because they have not had prior guidance on how to actually, you're not just your mortgage, you've got rent, you have water, you have utilities, you have all different types of things that come along with its insurance and so on and so forth. Will you be providing that type of guidance as well?
That is not something that we had planned specifically. Obviously, if it's a request and something you suggest, we would tie into that. Just to take it a step further as an overarching goal, many of our members also, we look forward to purchasing and rehabbing city-owned properties. So if that's something that we can partner with the city with as well to transition some of our members or renters out of those properties, but also not only to place them into new construction homes, but rehabilitated properties that are currently within the vacant lot structure that we have here in the city. I think it would be a wonderful partnership for us not only to be able to provide them with the financial literacy necessary to manage their household, but if we could also partner to be a part of the team to provide those same houses by rehabbing these properties, because we have so many. And I think us as fire captains, we have the bandwidth to be able to take on that and manage the capacity of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It would be great if you could, if you did have that, not required, but it would just be good to help them for sustainability.
Absolutely. And based on your suggestion, we would absolutely not only take that in consideration, but obviously provide something that would be suitable to the chamber.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate your presentation this evening. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Cleveland, at this time, ahead of public comment for agenda items only, I would like to bring one ordinance. It's up for second reading up first. Ordinance 26071. And I'd like to see if anybody from the public would like to speak to this agenda item prior to reading, after reading it into record and prior to the council voting.
All right, when I need a motion to move to ordinance 71.
So moved.
Second.
All right, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams.
Yes.
Council Vice President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes. Can you please read that ordinance title into the record?
All right, ordinance 26071. Ordinance designating the tree plaza located at the Blacksmith Triangle at North Olden Avenue and Lawrence Street as the Kenny Bullock Grove. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak to this ordinance? Please come forward. Oh, sorry, there's no comment on introduction. Honest. All right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Pelosi, I was asking that because we would have public comment for agenda items only first. So that's why I was asking for public to speak to that. Sure. Thank you.
All right, sir, you can come forward.
Thank you.
Good evening, council members. My name is David Ponte. My address is 861 Revere Avenue, City of Trenton. I was born and raised in the community where they're going to name this after Kenny Bullock. I need to let you know that Kenny Bullock was my first cousin. He would always say, "We are two sisters chilling," because his mother and my mother were sisters. But Kenny was more than just a first cousin to me. Kenny was a brother to me. Kenny helped raise me when my mom passed away. Kenny was always there for me and my family. But when Kenny got older, Kenny did the fish fry over there every year. Every year, he fed hundreds of people fish, sides. He didn't charge anybody anything. Not one dime did he charge. And I think this is befitting for him, for this to be named after him. And I want to thank this council for doing that. But Kenny did more than just a fish fry. Kenny also gave food to people who needed it. Kenny also did a toy drive every Christmas and gave toys to kids. every Christmas. And Kenny never once asked for any recognition while he was doing these things. And I think this is an honor to him. I appreciate that you guys are doing this for him. I thank you for this. I'm quite sure his family that's here, thank you for this as well. And they probably have something to say on this as well. So I just want to thank you for this, and I am honored. I am honored that you're doing this in my cousin's name. Bless you.
All right, are there any other members of the public who wish to speak? Please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Lenore Bullock. I'm Kenny Bullock's wife. I just want to thank y'all for I just want to thank the mayor for this opportunity, for what you're about to do. I thank you. I thank you all. It means a lot to us. Thank you. For me and my kids, my grandkids, we appreciate y'all. It means a lot. He enjoyed what he did, feeding the community. He enjoyed getting up from October to May, going fishing, catching the fish himself to feed the community. He enjoyed it so much. It meant a lot to him. People would say, "You want us to donate?" He said, "I don't need nothing for none of y'all. Me and my wife is going to this. We got this, our kids." Appreciate it so much. It means a lot. You want to say something?
Did you state the address? They asked you to state your address. Did you do that?
I didn't hear you.
Your address.
Oh, I'm sorry. We live 222 Dickinson Street. We've been there for over 20-something years. And our neighborhood means a lot to us. The community meant a lot to Kenny and us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All right, are there any other members of the public wish to speak to this ordinance? All right, seeing none, Council President, can I have a motion to approve that ordinance?
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Heck, yes.
Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. All right, moving on. Council President, we have public comment for agenda items only.
That is correct. Let's proceed.
All right, we have none. Moving on, we have approval of communications, petitions, and reports. Can I have a motion of approval?
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, reading the vote, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, moving on. To old business, we got second reading ordinances. Starting off with ordinance 26050. Ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned properties commonly known as 18 Asbury Street, 20 Asbury Street, 22 Asbury Street, 26 Asbury Street, 28 Asbury Street, 213 Ferry Street, 217 Ferry Street, 219, 223 Ferry Street, 227 Ferry Street, 229 Ferry Street, 231 to 235 Ferry Street, 237 Ferry Street, 403-405 Bridge Street, 407-409 Bridge Street, 411 Bridge Street, and 413 Bridge Street, and identified on the city tax map as block 11,003, lots 34.01, 33, 32, 31, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, and 43, in block 11,004, lots 30, 32, and 33 pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Kyle Casey and Simca Gross for the sale price of $40,000. Is there any member of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing that there's none, Council President, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion approved. All right, moving on. Ordinance number 26059, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 413 Lamberton Street and identified on the city tax map as block 11,002, lot 29, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Vladimir Castillo for the sale price of $7,770. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, Council President, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg. Motion carried. Moving on to ordinance 26-060, an ordinance requiring the display of identification, reporting information, and digital reporting QR code and unique vehicle identification numbers on all city-owned vehicles to promote accountability and public safety. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, Council President, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Right, motion carried. Moving on to 26061, an ordinance authorizing and designating department directors as sub-custodian of government records pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Records Act, NJSA 47:1A-1 et sec, under the supervision of the municipal clerk. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
On to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to 26-062, an ordinance of the City of Trenton establishing penalties for landlords who fail to pay water utilities included in rent, resulting in the disconnection of water service. Are there any members of the public who choose to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve, Council President?
Yes, may we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to ordinance 26-063, an ordinance establishing a policy for early closure of municipal offices during State of New Jersey holiday early dismissals. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none,
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Council President,
Councilwoman Frisbee.
I would just say question. The second to the last paragraph, it talks about when the city of Trenton shall hereby designate Thanksgiving, Christmas, Juneteenth. The only place area that I think it needs to be added is if it falls on a Sunday. It doesn't say what we should do, what the departments do then.
I would just venture to say, I believe it would fall on that
Is it
following Monday, and if it falls on a Saturday or Thursday, it would be that Friday, but I would like somebody from the administration to answer that.
Right, it speaks to the Thursday, it speaks to the Friday, it speaks to all of that, but it just doesn't speak to whether when it falls on a Sunday. So can we have that addressed?
B.A. Richardson?
Good evening, Maria Richardson, Business Administrator. Yes, usually when any holiday, if it falls on a Saturday or a Sunday, the city would usually schedule that or on Friday or Monday. So we usually would not have the actual day off, but on a weekday. So that should be just any regular holiday.
Right, I know that they get off, if it's a Sunday, if they get off that Monday. But I'm saying for the early dismissal portion of it, so they don't get that Friday off too
Well,
early or
usually
anything like that.
if let's say that it's on a Friday, right? The early dismissal would be on the Thursday. Only I think it's Labor Day and Memorial Day are Mondays, so they will leave earlier on Friday. So it's the work day before the holiday, the working day before the holiday.
So I'm just making sure the early dismissal, if the holiday falls on a Sunday, we know they have off that Monday, but will they have early dismissal on that?
The early
Friday?
dismissal would be on Friday. On Friday,
Friday.
it would be the working day before the holiday. So if it's on the Monday, they will leave earlier on Friday.
Okay, so can we have that just added in here? Because it talks about Mondays. If the holidays fall on a Monday, the Friday before will be the day for early dismissal. I thought I saw other place as well. talks about the dismissals if it's early. And the same thing I know for a Saturday, if it's a Saturday, but the Sunday was the only one that I did not see that was addressed in this. Or maybe we just put
Even
the
if the
language in
holiday
there.
falls on a Saturday, right, we would not, the day off would not be the Saturday because not everybody has to work on a Saturday. That would be probably overtime for those that have to work on that day. But usually, if a holiday, like the recent Independence Day fell on a Saturday, the day off was Friday, the day for early dismissal would have been Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
President, if I
That's
could
what
just
I'm-
ask-
Go ahead.
Council President?
or-
Director Bridges?
As I understand the ordinance, wouldn't we be following whatever the state is doing? I mean, if we're following their early closals for holidays, wouldn't it be the same that the state is doing? I guess I'm confused by it now.
No, after, I think that the sponsor for this ordinance is Councilwoman Feliciano, and the original ordinance was mirroring the state holidays. But after further conversation, we agreed that it would be 4 holidays that are in the city's collective bargaining agreements. So we have 13 days. We picked 4 of those for early dismissals, and they are detailed in the body of the ordinance.
Council President?
Councilman Feliciano?
Thank you. So to answer Councilwoman Frisbee's point, I get what you're saying about if it's on a Sunday, but this is based on the day that the city or state would actually recognize the holiday. So Sundays really wouldn't be taken into account because we would recognize if the holiday fell on Sunday, they would recognize it on the Monday. So
I'm clear on that part.
yeah, if that's the case, then it would be the Friday that they would then leave early because it's the Monday. So maybe you would want to see if the holiday falls on or is recognized on a Monday.
Or the language I'm really looking for is if whatever day the holiday falls on, that previous work day, they have early dismissal in there. So that covers all of it, whether it's a Friday, whether it's a Saturday, or if it's a Sunday. And I only say that because it's addressing the Monday in there. But if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, you know, if they're trying to plan their life around whatever they're going to do, it should be, I would like for it to be a given that whatever the holiday, whatever day it falls on, the previous, if I understand this correctly, whatever the previous workday is, they get early dismissal on that. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
Yes, it's the previous week work day.
There you go.
Council President?
Yes, Council Feliciano?
But the thing is, and I get where you're going with it, but even if the holiday fell on a Saturday, the city's going to recognize it on the Friday. They're not going to recognize it on the Saturday. The city's going to recognize it on the Friday so that Thursday they'll get out early. If it fell on the Sunday, they're going to recognize it on the Monday, which means that the Friday they would get out early. So it's not about a Saturday or Sunday because the city doesn't recognize the Saturday or Sunday. They recognize the Friday or the Monday. They only have, you understand what I'm saying? Like the city only recognizes the Friday or the Monday for the holiday when they're giving off. They're not recognizing, they know it's Saturday or Sunday, but we're recognizing the
So
Friday
I get
or the
that.
Monday.
So I think it's the language. So maybe the
day it's observed,
right,
the Friday or the
so it'd
Monday.
be more whatever day the holiday falls on. It's the previous working day, and I think that's the language.
The day that the holiday is observed by the
Observed.
city on, not the day that it falls on. It's
That's what I
observed.
said, observed on, right. So that's what I'm looking for. The day that the holiday is observed on, whatever the previous day is, previous working day, that's the day that they have the early dismissal.
Yes.
So that's the line that I'm looking for.
So Councilwoman Frizzy, are you asking for that language to be added into the ordinance?
I am.
The business.
Okay. Councilwoman Edwards, did you have a question?
Early dismissal then.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if that's what we're looking for, can we have a motion to amend the ordinance 26063 to state, Councilwoman Frisbee?
That whatever day the holiday is observed, that previous workday, they have early dismissal. Will be the day of early dismissal.
So the early dismissal for the city of Trenton would come the day before the observed holiday.
Exactly. Observed working day.
Yes.
A weekday, actually, it is. Here you go.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mr. Cloder, can you say that into the record, please?
Yeah, I'm just going to put on the record the verbiage I think would be okay. If a holiday falls on a weekend,
Weekday.
the early dismissal will take place the previous workday. Is that good? Okay, thank you. So that's going to be the motion to amend to add that in.
Madam President,
Councilwoman Edwards.
I don't mean to further complicate things, but shall it say that
Excuse me.
shall it say that the early dismissal day should fall on the business day preceding the observed holiday? Because sometimes it is an observed day rather than the actual day.
Okay.
So if it's observed on Monday, it would be Friday early dismissal. If it's observed on Friday, it would be Thursday early dismissal, and so forth and so on, excluding weekends.
Okay. So can you?
Council President.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Thank you. So all we're changing is we're saying if the observed holiday, that word.
Yes.
If the observed holiday falls on a weekend, the early dismissal will take place the previous workday.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Thank you.
Wait, I'm sorry, Council, but I thought we just said if it fell on a Sunday, then, okay, yes. Yep. Okay, sounds good. Do we have that, Cleveland?
Right? All right, so can I have a motion to approve the ordinance as amended?
So moved.
Second. Yes.
All right, so, sorry, this is a motion to amend the ordinance first.
Yes.
Correct.
Amen.
All right. And who so moved that?
Frisbee.
And who was the second?
Feliciano.
Okay. On to the vote, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams.
May I ask a quick question before I vote? What happens if it's a leap year? I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay. And Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes, Cleveland, please don't get distracted.
Okay, now we need a motion to adopt this ordinance as amended. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Right. On to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Moving on to ordinance 26-064, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 259 Church Street and identified on the city tax map, block 2103, lot 47, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Glenn Patterson for the sale price of $1,500. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jennifer Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to ordinance 26065, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned properties commonly known as 167 Wayne Avenue and 69 Edgemere Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block 6,808, lot 22, block 6102, lot 1, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to William Hodge for the sale price of $15,000. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Teska Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams,
Yes.
and President Jennifer Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on to ordinance number 26067, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned properties commonly known as 30 and 32 Bryn Mawr Avenue, identified on the city tax map, block 6202, lots 41 and 42, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Enrique A. Mendez for the sale price of $50,000. Are there any members of the public who choose to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jennifer Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Moving on, ordinance 26068, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 30 North Hermitage Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block 2604, lot 14, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Rosa Hermina Espinal Liz for the sale price of $13,600. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
On to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jennifer Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Ordinance 26-069, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 65 Mechanics Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block 22401, lot 15, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Carmen Madeira for the sale price of $6,200. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, moving on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, we have ordinance 26-070, an ordinance of the City of Trenton amending and restating City Code 21-47 of Chapter 21, Animals, to prohibit the breeding of dogs and cats in the City of Trenton. Are there any members of the public who chooses to speak to this ordinance? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
On to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. All right, that is the end of ordinances. Moving on to new businesses. We have resolutions.
All right. Cleveland, at this time, I'd like to ask my council colleagues, or what resolutions that they have that they'd like to discuss?
Council President,
Councilman Feliciano.
26-262.
Okay.
I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes, Council
Councilwoman
President.
Frisbee?
I believe mine are Resolution 266.
Okay.
I think that might be it for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Madam President,
Councilman Edwards,
26-239.
239, 1 second. Okay.
I think that's it for me.
Beautiful. All right. Seeing none others, let's proceed. Councilwoman Feliciano, please, what do you have for 26-262?
Thank you. Just a quick question on this. So do we know where this, did Mr. Garcia write this ordinance?
No, that's Council President.
Yes.
I was just going to say that before we even started that Mr. Garcia didn't put my name on that one. So we can add that name or Mr. Cleveland prior to any signatures on it.
Okay. Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you.
So the questions I have are, I think this is very interesting. And it's good, but isn't this something that the state is already working on? Like there's things that we're asking for that, if I'm not mistaken, in hearing Assemblywoman Verlina Reynolds Jackson speak often about affordability, transparency, and then I actually was looking up some of the policies that she was looking to put forward and all of this stuff like that. I feel like this may be something not necessarily above the council, but I'm just curious as to the thought process behind why we would entertain this. And then they're doing this independent commission, they're reviewing, like, aren't they looking into that already? Holding public hearings and stuff, like, aren't these things that are already being looked into to be done?
Yes. So my thought process behind this was obviously a resolution of just us supporting this moving forward on a state level, because with us having just one hospital now, hopefully, I know the community is advocating for another emergency or healthcare services coming to the city, that we support this and honor, just so that our residents, if we get another emergency services, that they are being transparent with the funds, the cost of services that they receive. So that was just the purpose. It was just a resolution of support, nothing that we're implementing it.
Okay, so then the wording on that, because I'm just reading where it says we're calling on them to develop it and we're calling on them to do this. So I guess the difference of what I'm trying to understand is if she's already looking to do this, then like you're saying about the support, we would support this. Not call on them to do it. You call on them to support the actions of the state legislature to do A, B, C, and D. I think she's, like I said, I was looking, I think she's already, like we're calling on them, and then when she does it, it's like, oh, we told you and you did it. It's a matter of we're supporting the initiatives that are being put forward. So it happened to ask that we make them to change where it says we're calling on the state legislature in those different places to say, we support the state legislature, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, I'm writing on yours, it's okay.
That's hers, it's okay.
Okay.
It's fine.
So may we have a motion to amend where we have calling on and change the wording to in support of? Mr. Cleveland, you got that?
Yes, ma'am, I do. May I have a motion to amend resolution number 26262?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. This resolution has been amended. Agenda.
This
Consent.
consent. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you very much. Resolution 26-266, Councilwoman Frisbee.
Just have a quick question on this.
Steve Wilson, Police Director.
Good evening, sir. I just have a quick question. I see that we're getting these from Paramus. Do we have a contract with them in that area, or can we try and find these items, the vehicles locally?
Oh, well, they're on a state contract. So we're purchasing this with a JAG grant that we received in 2023. There was a little bit delay on the county end. The JAG grant is through the county. And we are purchasing them right off the lot.
So these are all on lots, and so we don't have them closer to us we couldn't find them on a lot, I should say.
Well, we have purchased through state contract.
It's with the state contract that we have in Paramus, with that dealership.
Yeah, I think they are, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I was asking.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Consent.
Awesome. All right, moving right on. Councilwoman Edwards, Resolution 26-239.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear from the administration for an update on this resolution to transfer. I still have some concerns about this. So has there been any agreement between the administration and the new owners to transfer this pilot?
There is not been any agreement to my knowledge. This resolution was tabled before and it was put back on the docket. It was assuming that the council received the information that you requested. To my knowledge, administration has not received any different administration. I think that the attorneys for this group are here. They might be able to provide additional information, but to my knowledge, administration didn't receive any additional information.
So what is the administration's stance on this? on this pilot agreement in terms of transferring it?
Well, we actually agreed with some of your requests during the last meeting about some social benefits for the city, but to my knowledge, we haven't received any information on it.
I was doing one last search of my email and I don't recall receiving any of the information that I had requested in terms of the original pilot agreement. If there's been any community benefits agreement at all, any upgrades expected to the property, anything of the nature, we have not.
We haven't received any information, Councilwoman Edwards, and at this point, I would not have any problem if you would like to table it until you've received the information that you've requested. So that is up to the council.
I'll defer to my colleagues, but I expected this to be brought forth to the HED ad hoc committee for us to review all of this with the administration so that we can go over the terms of the contract and any type of negotiations that we may have in terms of community benefits, any modifications, upgrades, renovations, or repairs to the property that we could be, asking for in, just negotiation, just in good faith for the residents.
Comments to Yolanda, Director of HED, on that.
Thank you.
The subcommittee.
Yolanda Vasquez, Interim Director, Housing and Economic Development. Actually, during the subcommittee meeting, I mentioned that I wasn't the one that put it back on the docket, and I asked if it was okay that it was on the docket, and nobody said it to pull it so that it remained on the docket.
Okay. I know I had some technical issues that day, so I don't recall that part of the meeting. But I would appreciate if we can just get all of the things that I had asked for and allow this to be reviewed by the ad hoc committee, just to make sure that we are moving forward with the best interests of the residents first before we transfer anything over to the new owners. I would hate to further delay this, but we didn't get any of that information.
So I will contend that it was mentioned in the ad hoc meeting. I don't have the notes in front of me about what it was. I know that there was the AI notes in ad hoc committee, Councilwoman. But at this time, given your concern with what you don't know about this, which I don't know if there's something specific that you're seeking that Director Vasquez can answer at this time. There's something truly specific at this time that you can ask her. Otherwise,
what I'm specifically seeking is, as we are going over pilot agreements or applications for pilots or tax abatements, that we are negotiating in good faith with the people that are requesting them so that the needs are reflective of the community and not just of the owners of these properties. Just for example, the shopping centers that we had went over for those pilot agreements on Pennington Avenue and Layler Street, the administration as well as the city council had sought out just community benefits, adding in green spaces to the parking lots, upgrading facelifts and things like that, renovations to the Pennington Avenue Shopping Center for the owners over there, the grocery store over there, as well as Layler. We had negotiated with them. The administration negotiated that. So we didn't just give them a pilot. We made sure that the neighborhood itself was benefiting from it. So if we're giving out pilots, then we should be benefiting from giving out decreased taxes. So like I said, the residents over there are living in somewhat of deplorable conditions. If you were to make a Facebook post about the property, I'm sure you would get hundreds of comments on there about what needs to be changed, whether it would be, facade improvements or property and grounds improvements, security, a playground, so those are the type of, concessions that I'm looking for, that I'm advocating for on behalf of the residents that live there, if that makes sense.
Council President, if I may,
Yes,
just a brief point of clarification, and thank you for the question, Councilwoman Edwards. my recollection of that colloquy during this was that there was a question with respect to whether the transfer of the pilot was proper and legal. And I discussed the prior matter that you were raised, and I articulated that it was. My understanding for the request of additional information was that you wanted to see the original pilot, I think the one previous to the one that we're transferring now, to make a comparison to it. I will also, just for the entity seeking this transfer is here should they have any question, but what I recall of the additional information needed was you wanted an original of something, and I don't know practically what specifically that was, but I know in terms of your question of whether the transfer was proper, I believe I answered that question during the meeting that this last was discussed. So I don't know what any additional information that anyone could articulate that was requested or not received. I'm not saying she didn't. I just don't. I don't know what other information to gather, and maybe council, impart some information in this regard.
Thank you, Director. Via Richardson?
Yes, to my recollection, you requested information regarding the community benefits, and you also requested a plan for renovations because of the deplorable conditions. I haven't seen it. Obviously, the HED interim director have not received it, and it is my recommendation that you table it until you've received the information you requested. What's the gentleman behind?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it the counselor.
Will you? I'm so sorry.
I said I wouldn't mind giving the representative a chance to just speak on behalf of the company.
That's what I was going to ask.
If
Thank you.
if we can have any type of reassurances that there will be upgrades in the near future of the property, what are the plans for the property?
Thank you, Councilwoman. One thing I could speak to is security at the building. It is mentioned in the ordinance. My client they paid for a crime study to be done on the property, and one of the recommendations was that they purchase and implement a camera system. And so with the camera system, they've worked with Trenton Police Department. They've installed over, I think, 240 cameras, 54 of them being in stairwells, others being at different entrances. These cameras can see can have face recognition. They have with respect to reading license plates. On multiple occasions, the Trenton Police Department has reached out for information about certain crimes, and our client has been able to provide that information to them through these cameras. Those cameras are also monitored 24/7 by security. And so I know the main issue, years ago that was spoken with between the administration and my client was security, and I think that's one of the measures that my clients took.
Sir, I'm sorry. Can you just introduce yourself, please?
Oh, sorry about that. Apologies. Omar Brento from McCarter and English in New Jersey.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Everything that you said is very much needed in the area. And I appreciate that, and also the cooperation with the police department, because it is a high crime area. So I do appreciate, your willingness to do a crime study and the installation of the cameras. Do you have any plans? Are there any plans for quality of life upgrades, perhaps interior upgrades or exterior upgrades in terms of recreation or community, anything like that for the youth and young adults in the area?
Admittedly, Councilwoman, I don't have that information in front of me. My client does strive to improve the building year on and year out, and we'd be happy to hear any suggestions that your office has with respect to any renovations you'd like to be seen at the property or in the exterior of the property.
Okay, so right now there are no plans to modify or upgrade the property?
I don't want to say that there isn't. I haven't been, candidly, Councilwoman, with respect to this transfer, it's more of, I was here more in a legal capacity to talk about why the transfer is just and why we're entitled to it by being an assignee of the sponsor of the tax abatement. So I wasn't prepared here to talk about future projects in which they may hold. I did talk about one of the reasons why I did know about the security at the project. That's something that was discussed with the administration previously, and that was an issue that was raised and that was spoken that my client made action on. But in terms of future projects, I wasn't prepared to speak about that.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you for that information.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
I don't have any further questions.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Edwards, at this time, do you want to table this or do you want to go to roll call?
Council President,
Councilwoman Feliciano.
I'd like to make a motion to table this until we receive the information that was requested by Councilwoman Edwards.
Council President?
Council Vice President Williams.
Just want to follow up. I had previously asked what the exact address of this was, and if you could just give us the street address just for the record.
Yeah, 160 Oakland Street.
160, 160.
Well, 160 Oakland Street, yep.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
So there's a motion on the floor.
There's a motion on the floor
We have
to
a
table this.
motion on the floor to table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards. There's a motion to table Resolution 26239. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Do we have a date when this is
The
tabled
next
to?
meeting, which is, yes, the next meeting, which is August.
In August, August.
The next meeting?
Yes.
The next meeting, I'm sorry, for the record, it's August 5.
Right, so
Six, I think.
do I have to amend that to say till August 2nd?
I don't think it's
The second, the next meeting, yes.
I believe it's August 6th, ma'am.
So we want to table it to August 6th,
August.
Yes.
until the
Table
next
to the
council
next
meeting.
council meeting,
Yes,
yes.
thank you. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, so Councilwoman Frisbee, your vote?
Is yes for table until August 6th.
Okay, Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison. Council Vice President Williams,
Yes?
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, this resolution has been tabled.
I do have one question, just so I can clarify before our meeting on August, and so I'm prepared. What exact information were you guys seeking outside of the language of the pilot agreement? I know you said you wanted to see the actual pilot of the agreement.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Edwards?
Thank you. I'm looking for an original copy of the pilot. I'm not sure if that falls on you or the onus is on the administration to provide. I know it's from the 80s, but we should have the record somewhere within the administration. I'm looking for, the quality of life, any type of upgrades. If there's any plans from the owners to do any renovations or anything like that, I would love to see something formal in terms of the security upgrades and the things that were already done. I'm just looking for justification to renew the pilot because the public does not, there are members of the public that are kind of reluctant towards pilots and just giving them out to anyone without receiving any type of community benefits in return. So I'm advocating for the residents over there for upgrades to this property. And we would like to see some type of written agreement or any future plans, even if it's not in the next couple of years, something down the line that would justify needing this pilot in the first place. So if there's anything you could provide, if we can have this in before it comes to council, that'd be great so that we can thoroughly look through this. My apologies for any lack of communication on my part that may have happened that ended up here today back at square one from the last conversation, but just hopefully we'll have some documentation so that we can review this thoroughly and justify the pilot.
Understood, Councilwoman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
All right, Council President, seeing that there's no more questions to any more of the resolutions, do we have a motion to approve a consent agenda, including resolutions 262, 26-262, 26-263, 26-286, 26-264, 26-265, Resolution 26-266, Resolution 26-267, Resolution 26-268, Resolution 26-269, Resolution 26-270, Resolution 26-271, Resolution 26-272, Resolution 26-287, Resolution 26-273, Resolution 26-274, Resolution 26-275, 26-276, 26-277, 26-278, 26-279, 26-280, 26-281, 26-282, 26-283, 26-284, 26-285.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right. On to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, consent agenda carried. Council President, there is a walk-on that was presented.
Yes.
It should be in the back of your packets.
With the clip.
Huh? No, it's on here. Get rid of it. Oh, thank you. Cleveland, can we read the walk-on into the record, please?
All right, we have a resolution accepting a bid and awarding a contract to Walter R. Earl Burlington Incorporated for the furnishing of asphalt materials for road maintenance for the City of Trenton, Department of Public Works, Division of Streets for a period of 1 year from the date of the award in an amount not to exceed $400,000, $74.50 per ton. Bid 206-72. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council Vice President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Resolution carried.
Council President, do we have a number for that? Or maybe I missed it.
Yes, 072, I think. Wait, no, hold on. 072, yes.
072. Thank you.
All right, moving on to ordinance, first reading and introduction. Ordinance number 26-046, an ordinance establishing requirements for registration, approval, and the establishment and operation of recovery homes, group homes, transitional homes, and/or community living within the City of Trenton in compliance with federal and state fair housing laws and certifications. May I have a motion to approve first reading?
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison, Councilman,
Yes.
Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Council President,
Councilwoman Feliciano.
can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Thank you. So I know we saw this before at one time. It's back again. What changed from the last time to this time? Why did what happened? Do we know? Do we remember?
Councilwoman Gonzalez?
It was just the language that I thought we were going to change some wording in it, but, we're not. It may be a separate one coming, in regards to something similar to this, but no. It was something I wanted to change, but it's fine.
Okay, so then, thank you. Under section 2, community engagement requirement, letter A says that they shall conduct at least one, but then they have the number 2 in parentheses, community meetings. So how many meetings are we having?
It should have been 2.
Okay.
To begin with, hold on, let me make sure.
Councilwoman Feliciano, I asked for that to be changed. I'm sorry I missed that. I was told it was edited, revised.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it should have been 2.
Okay.
I was told in doc review that was revised. I apologize.
And it may have been, I'm just looking at what I had gotten. I didn't realize you had asked. My apologies. So, and with this, currently they don't have community engagement requirements, right?
No.
And I know that there was a big stink, right, about some different places that were coming up. So this is smart. Thank you for putting this together to make it happen. But this is because we don't currently do this, right?
Right, just so that, if someone does, because by law, we can't tell someone that they can't open up, but if they want to purchase a property for this use, that at least they give the community a heads up, have a discussion, and see what the community input is prior to doing that. Of course, was following all of the state laws and regulations as well.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Cleveland, can you just put a note on there that was advised that was changed in docket review, the number in the parentheses versus the actual number?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to ordinance 26-066, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 241 3rd Street, 114-118 Shank Street, and 111-119 Temple Street, and identified on the city tax map, block 11603, lots 1, 2, and 9-13 pursuant to NJSA 48:12-13C to Vessel Technologies and Bridgepoint Development LLC for the sale price of $33,560. May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
All right. Now into the vote. Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams.
Yes.
And Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Next, we have ordinance number 26-072. An ordinance amending ordinance 25074, authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 900 Indiana Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block 23903, lot 21, pursuant to NJSA 48-12, 12 of $25,000. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Council President,
Councilwoman Feliciano.
just a quick question, just to refresh my memory. I thought we did this
I
already.
did too. I did
For
too.
Sherwood and stuff, because I remember
I did too.
they wanted it to be a park and then it wasn't the
Right.
park and now we're
I thought
doing
we approved this
I thought
already.
we voted on this already. No?
Council President,
Council Vice President.
HED could come up and answer, but it's a change of use. from what was going to be a rental or sale property to a single family that the actual Mr. Brown and his wife will be living in apparently.
Got it.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, Council President, the word amending the ordinance, my bad. Okay, I just wanted to make sure y'all was awake up here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Thank
for
you.
that
But
chin
to your
check,
point,
Councilwoman.
Councilwoman, yes, we still need a park in that neighborhood, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Please
All right.
proceed, Cleveland.
All right, moving on. Ordinance number 26075, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 116 Home Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block M17301, lot 15, pursuant to NJSA 40SA:12-13C to Ulysses Hernandez for the sale price of $8,675. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harris,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Motion carried. Right, moving on, 26-076, ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 438 West Hanover Street and identified on the city tax map, block 2302, lot 21, pursuant to NJS, it should be SA 440A:12-13C to Santa Correra for the sale price of $3,000. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Right. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Right, moving on to ordinance number 26077, ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 1523 South Clinton Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block 20102, lot 10, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Samuel Marmolejos Santana for the sale price of $16,000. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Right? Moving on to ordinance 26-078, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 60 Laurel Avenue and identified on the city tax map, block 6306, lot 61, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Jennifer Exima Barbosa Castro for the sale price of $20,000. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes. Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, moving on, ordinance 26079, ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 272 Walnut Avenue and 409 Walnut Avenue and identified on the city tax map, Block 26402, Lot 26, and Block 27301, Lot 32, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Diego Barrios for the sale price of $17,000. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Council President Frisbee.
Councilwoman Frisbee?
Oh,
yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee, I'm so sorry. Can I have your vote, ma'am, again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Yes.
All right. Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Ordinance 26-080, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 682 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and identified on the city tax map, Block 8502, Lot 21, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Ahmed Kamara, the sale is of $45. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right. Next, we have 26081, an ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 130 Chambers Street and identified on the city tax map, Block 27602, Lots 23, 24, 25, 26, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Riot Associates for the sale price of $28,800. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Right, next we have ordinance 26-082. An ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property commonly known as 1047 South Broad Street and identified on the city tax map, Block 17901, Lot 12, pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13C to Yoni J. Vasquez for the sale price of $1,000. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Right, on to the vote. Councilwoman Edwards,
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano,
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Harrison,
Yes.
Council Vice President Williams,
Yes.
and Council President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
All right, that will be all of the first reading ordinance.
Council President,
Councilman Feliciano.
can I just ask a quick question?
Yes.
I'm sorry. So only because it just clicked in my brain looking at this. Anywhere on these applications, do we have where they have to indicate if they are related to any members of the administration or the elected body? And I only ask that because the last name, and as I'm clicking and thinking and just looking at this, I don't think
No. Yeah.
I think that moving forward, as we move through these processes, we need to have something put where they have to indicate, and again, it's no offense or anything, it just clicked my brain when I saw the name and everything, just to make sure, right, as we're looking through, if it were by relation or by a close affiliation or anything like that, we would just kind of look at that and have maybe somebody else sign off. Just so there's no conflict.
So council, it would be like without penalization, but more so for knowledge
so we know.
and for record keeping and for trend setting, please.
Yes, yeah, nothing to penalize, but just so that anybody signing off on it, nobody could say, oh, you did that because that was X, Y, Z, right?
Right.
And we're good. Okay, thank you.
Is that something that can be included in the applications moving forward? I know we haven't started new applications yet. B.A. Richardson?
Yes.
Just seeking clarification, you want that statement to ask if they are related to who specifically?
So like on this one here, right? And again, the name just caught my attention, right?
I'm sorry, could you please tell me the name?
Vasquez.
Okay.
So the question that I had was, do we have something on there that says, because ultimately, if you're the person overseeing it or we're the people voting on it or just anything like that, just to indicate if there's any relation or close affiliation to anybody that would make the determination as to how this moves forward or not.
But
Just
the only
so-
individuals
so-
making determination on the sale is the council. So it would be to the council?
What I'm saying is, when we're agreeing, like when this stuff is coming in, right? The director sees and signs off on certain parts of it. No? Yes. So I'm
The
just
director
saying,
would
it's just,
sign
it's just a simple
ordinance?
disclosure.
Okay,
No,
yes.
it's just a simple disclosure that just
I just want
says-
to know if we should be saying, that it's up to the council or the.
To any of us, to be honest.
Okay.
To any of us.
I
Are you
think-
related to, you know what I'm saying? Is there relation or just so, and I'm only saying that because of just the questions and things that have just been arising for different reasons and everything, just to make sure that just everybody is good with it. That's all. It's not to
Okay, we will
penalize or
consider
anything.
it and then probably bring it to the subcommittee meeting to see.
Yeah.
And then to the rest of the council, but I just don't see how we can do that, but definitely we will consider it.
Yeah, I think it's a transparency thing. I see where she's coming from with it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just going to clarify as well, if I may, Council President. I think the question being, not that there is a relation here, but that spawned the thought as to whether or not that was something that is being disclosed, and the follow-up question being, can that be something that's added to the application process, simply disclose whether or not, I think the question was they were related to any directors or elected officials being council as well. So it wasn't anything offensive. It was something that spawned the thought of, is that something that's being vetted during the application process?
So since the director of the law department has it so clear, I am going to ask him for his advice in putting that statement together for the application.
You put in the application, are you related to any employees or elected officials for the state of,
I don't have any problem in this.
We'll work on that, but I think it's a good question, something that can be amended, yes.
Council President?
Thank you. Council Vice President Williams.
So I just want to make sure, my understanding from following the conversation is that someone could be related to a member of administration or council and still purchase the property, correct? Okay, thank you.
Right.
And just in case there's any confusion, the last ordinance 082 was Yoni Vasquez, and I believe that is no relation to Director Vasquez, and she's nodding her head that that is correct. There's no relation. All right, thank you very much.
Council President.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
So again, thank you, Council Vice President. I'm not saying that they were related. Thank you for clearing that up. I just said, like the director said, it clicked. I said that it just clicked in my head. Are we asking that question just to make sure everybody is covered all the way around? That's all.
Yep.
I'm sorry, director, you did it. It's your fault. So,
Council President?
Thank you. Council.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that you're doing that, because that is something in the mind of the public, that everything is kosher and on the clear. And as someone with the last name of Williams, I would especially much appreciate this.
Thank you. Cleveland, we can proceed at this point to public comment, I believe.
All right, moving on to public comment. Any members of the public like to comment? All right, first up, we have Anthony Johnson. Please come up and state your name for the record. And there is a 3-minute time limit.
Yes, sir. Anthony Johnson, 737 Hamilton Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey. I lived in the city for more than 50 years. My comments are going to be very brief. I used to work for the city of Trenton. I actually used to work security for the city of Trenton. And for members of this city to put their hands on disabled people is ridiculous. For it to be ignored by this administration, especially the directors, is ridiculous. I plan on putting this out more and more. I chose not to put it on Facebook yet. I will be doing that very soon because I have a video. They need to be trained. They need to be trained correctly. Understand that there's a United States Amendment, First Amendment right, that a person can videotape public employees doing in the midst of their duties. That's a federal law, not city. And if you invade with that, that causes a civil complaint. And I just think that, for you guys not to do anything about it like it's going to be a cover-up, which I'm not going to allow to happen, I think whoever is the security director should be, public works director should be removed. I feel that the security supervisor should be moved. And in closing, this is going to switch over. Ms. Edwards, I would say to you that I thank you for making that comment about Roger Gardens because I grew up in West 9 area. That's a very dangerous area. It's been dangerous for a very long time. It's been ignored by so many people for so long. They need security out there. They need security in all Trenton Housing Authority, including Roger Gardens. I know Roger Gardens not Trenton Housing Authority, but they need security out there 24 hours a day. That place is dangerous. It's still hot outside. People are going to get killed, and that's all I got to say. I'm done.
All right, next we have Victor Izari.
Victor Izari, 19 Moreland Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey. I say, Ms. Edwards, you're long-winded, but I like the way you express yourself and your views and understanding what's going on. It's real deep and wide and broad. And I will know that you were what we would consider a hood rat at one time, but you come from the same part of, we grew up in Trenton, New Jersey. That's what we males, or some of us, consider females that grew up alongside of us. And for some particular reason, they stop being hood rats when they get married to these individuals, and they're the same people who we grew up with. My point is that I look forward to having you as mayor, as number one, because you can relate. And like the gentleman was just saying, our president is being looked at as a philosopher king or a king ruler of America. Understand that. But if we allow the status quo to continue, then the criminals of the underground criminals like J. Edgar Hoover and the mafia and Joe Kennedy and all those individuals, they will continue to govern the country and the planet Earth. So there has to be a change. So my suggestion was, thinking out loud, I say to a few people that if we, as a people of color, because the Aryans, they can't do anymore. They're supposed to look out for their race and their families and so forth. And the president of the United States, like I made it, it's not a joke, but I said, yeah, he didn't see the light. He heard the light. He almost died. He almost got killed, murdered. And he's a human being. He's a family man. He's a businessman before he became president. So therefore, you just don't like me. I'm a Trentonian. I've been in the military, corrections and so forth, Nation of Islam and all that. But I'm not going to weigh. And my thing is, Trenton made me the person that I am now today. All right, so that's the background, foundation. So I'm not going to go somewhere else, which I have done, and help those areas there advance or whatever I did with the military, and then neglect my city. So I'm here back in some kind of way trying to get back and help out in any kind of way that I had part in messing up. It's coming up. So, but thinking about the Aryans, I was talking to a Christian woman one day, and she said, well, if I asked her this question, if somebody came and told you, not only in America, or soon will be, but all over the planet Earth, you outnumbered like 8-1, 9-1, 10-1, 11-1. What would you do? Anyway, my point is, we should repeal 11727, and we won't have those.
Next up, we have Paul Shore.
Good evening, members of council. Paul Shore, 425 Greenwood Avenue in Trenton. I am very appreciative of the stamina that you guys show without glasses of water. Well, a little glass of water here and there. But the theme of this evening appeared to be education. And it started off with a wonderful introduction of the NAACP awards and the students going to Chicago. I would like to echo the STEM aspects of that education. As a licensed professional engineer, having children who've grown up in and attended Parker School as well as Dunn Middle School and gone on to higher education, I want to emphasize that the one missing element in the city of Trenton is higher education. It was here with Rider College. It was here with Trenton State College, but both of those institutions have moved on. And to support the unique aspects of higher education in the city of Trenton, I'd offer that you look behind you and see the engineering and work ethic that was built this city, the great mural that you have behind you. And in 2000, for the last 40 years, I've been supportive of education, whether it was with the Gifted and Talented Educational Society back in 1980 for my daughter, whether it was for the infrastructure programs that are unique to the city of Trenton, for the water and sewer department, for the public works department. Those agencies, those departments have a unique aspect in the city of Trenton because they're here. Very few cities in the city of Trenton, in the new state of New Jersey, have both water, sewer, roads, county, city, state, and even at one point in time, federal government agencies. And those are the attributes that the educational component, higher educational component, can utilize. I built a program on infrastructure in the middle of the 2000, and Mayor Palmer persisted, helped us with that. We went from 24-hour, it was actually a 365-day educational program under the school board to the present, which is not 365 days. But we filled in a summertime gap, and we helped focus that on Rutgers Engineering, New Jersey Institute of Engineering, Mercer County Community College Engineering. I welcome your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have R.C. Cosby.
Good evening. I just wanted to come to the council meeting and just give a commend to the Recreation Department for the fishing derby that they had. And Councilwoman Feliciano was there. My councilwoman was there. I'm gonna call you back, I promise. And so just kudos to the department. I know that the Hooked on Fishing has morphed into something that it's not what it was before, but it was just delightful to see all of the children there. We didn't catch anything, but it was still fun. So thanks to the Recreation Department for that.
All right, Council President, seeing that there's no more members of the public for comment, we can move on to civic comment.
Yes, we can. Councilwoman Edwards, do you want to lead us off?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I don't really have a lot to say tonight, but I definitely want to piggyback off of the last constituent's remarks and just give kudos to the administration, not just the Recreation Department, but every department, just for the great work that you've been doing, you know, with the fishing derby to take it to the streets, the aftermath of the thunderstorms and all of the things and issues that we've been dealing with around that. Happy, I guess, belated 4th of July to everyone. And just to give remarks on Mr. Victor, I always appreciate you and your encouragement and just highlighting the work that I do. I guess at some point in my life, I was not involved in politics and was more on the street side. So I guess you would refer to that as a hood rat, huh? So, but though I wasn't politically savvy or educated back in my younger years, I definitely pride myself in just being that bridge between the youth and the older generations and the what my fiance calls the underworld, those that might not be aware of how to be civically engaged. So I wear that with pride, with being able to reach those that are unreachable and being able to represent those that are unreachable. So I definitely clutched my pearls for a second there, but I appreciate it very much because I get the sentiment behind your remarks and I don't take offense to it. So, but I do appreciate it. And thank you all again for all the great work you do. Thank you to my colleagues. We are moving with selling these properties, and in the next couple of years, we'll have prayerfully millions of dollars in tax revenue that can hopefully provide some relief for those of us that's been carrying the burden, beautify our neighborhoods at the same time as we're giving people, residents of Trenton, an opportunity to purchase city-owned property, get into home ownership, commercial or business ownership, and provide generational wealth for their families at the same time. So I appreciate the HED director and all of those involved in that, and the ad hoc committee for our due diligence as we're vetting these applications bi-weekly. And I hope that we can, you know, catch up on this backlog and open up these applications very soon. So we'll see next month what that's looking like, but thank you so much for attending and for participating in your civic duties. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Feliciano.
Thank you, Council President. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out and for joining us. And for those that stayed with us, thank you for staying. And for those that spoke already, thank you for bringing forth your comments. Councilwoman Edwards, I just want to say to you, watching the growth in you, in your responses to things, I got to give it to you. I got to give it to her because you called me a hood rat, man. We in the hallway. And so I just want to say kudos to you. Yeah. There's a lot going on in the city. Thank you to the mayor, to the administration for the good works that we've been doing and moving around. Take It to the Streets are happening. They have art in the city. They have music in the city. They have so many things that are coming for the children and adults alike. So I just want to commend the administration and say that this is it's not just happening just to happen this year. It's been happening every year. And so I encourage everyone to participate and take part and to come out and be a part of the good things that are happening in the city. I know that they had to cancel the 4th of July parade, but they actually postponed it. We should be hearing about a new date and time that will be forthcoming, so we can look forward to that. So kudos to the Kiwanis Club and the city for partnering together to help make that happen, and for every Trentonian that wants to be a part of. I also noticed online that there's a group of young entrepreneurs, the Dream Fest crew, who Councilwoman Edwards' fiance is actually a part of and one of the heads of, and they're actually doing like a restaurant week in the city of Trenton that's coming up, partnering with the UEZ program, which I think is excellent. I would love to have a restaurant week here in the city. And I say that to say that I appreciate the young, innovative minds and the people in the city coming forward to look to help us to make things better for us. We all are tasked with different responsibilities in helping make our community better. And I love to see organizations like Dream Fest, like seeing Tyrell Smith in the Trent Town Market, everybody coming forward to do their part to say, here I am, let me help you to help us. And that is what true community is all about. So I commend everyone that comes forward and puts his or her foot forward to help make things better in the city. Thank you again for coming out. I wish everybody traveling mercies going home, and God bless.
Thank you, Council President. So good evening, everyone, and thank you to all of you who stayed this evening. I want to say kudos to Cleveland for sitting in this evening. You're doing an absolutely fantastic job on tonight. I did want to acknowledge the students who came, who were honored this evening by Councilwoman Feliciano with the NAACP. I want to just say congratulations to them again and to their representatives. I also want to acknowledge again Acting NAACP President Larry Traylor for being out here to make sure that they knew that they had his support, the support of the NAACP as well. I want to make mention that my West Ward Community Conversation meeting will be happening this Thursday, 5:30 at the West Ward Police Station. It is our last one until September. We are on hiatus for the month, until October. We will not be meeting during the month of August nor during the month of September. We will resume during the month of October. Congratulations to the not only for the city with the fishing derby. I'm so glad that you came to say thank you. It is so nice to hear those two beautiful words to come together. So thank you for coming out and acknowledging the good work that the city is doing. We know it, but we'd like to know when others see the work that we're doing as well. I also want to commend Interim Director Paul Harris as well. He has been doing an absolutely phenomenal job. His department has been on rollerblades for the last few months now with the summer. They've just been cranking things out and making sure that no one can say that there's nothing going on in the city of Trenton for not only us, our youth, but for our seniors and for our community as a whole. So kudos to you for all that you're doing. To our other departments as well, because we are cranking out, I know with our seniors and even with the animals and all the rest of that, we're cranking it out. Kudos also to, so that's to Director Minicapelli, to Interim Director Yolanda Vasquez. Amazing job with all these, getting all these projects, items on the properties, thanks the word I'm looking for, on the docket, so we can get our city, not just the property sold, but so we can actually beautify our city. So we can have stopping all these empty blocks, these empty lots, these dilapidated buildings that people don't want to be in the midst of. Great work on doing that. So please continue to do that. Interim Director Weah, he's knocking out, I know, with these streets. He gets calls from our department, he gets from our my aide or our constituents, and you guys are handling it with grace. So thank you for that. Thank you for making sure that our city, again, is beautified. A clean city is a healthier city. So thank you for making sure that we are doing all that we're supposed to do. Sean Semple with getting our water. I'm so glad to hear that I'm glad to not hear all the mumble about the water department. I'm so glad that is dying down and people are seeing that we have been doing the work, are doing the work, and that our water should be, will be remaining in the city of Trenton. So kudos and keep up the good work with that. To our fire director, it is amazing how your team, you guys are working together. I'm sorry, just making sure that everybody's taken care of, but just the fire smoke detectives and doing different trainings. If you don't know, you're not getting trainings done. Our fire department, really, EMS, they work together beautifully to do trainings in the community. Ask the director about it. To our police director, making sure that crime is going down in our communities and that our sergeants, our captains, everybody is being heard and work. And I just love seeing how everybody is working together to make this a better, a safer, stronger city. So with that, I just want to say also to the sir who came here, hands on anybody. I'm a mother of a child who's differently able. So you have my undivided attention when you talk about putting hands on anyone, but I always want to make sure that I get all the facts first. But we should not be putting our hands on anyone if it is not in the proper manner, if you're not that person who is in authority, and even that should be done respectfully. Everybody should be honored as a human being. Councilwoman Edwards, you're a much better person than me because somebody called me a hood rat. We got major issues. Love you, mean it, but really would be having issues with you. And with that, I'm going to close out. I'm not even reading my mission statement. Everybody get home safely and have an incredible evening on purpose.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Gonzalez. I'm going to be extremely brief. One, congratulations to the young people who are doing well and representing Trenton all over the world. We just want to say another congratulations. We're proud of you. And so thank you, Councilman Feliciano, for bringing them in front of council today to be recognized. To everyone who spoke and shared their concerns, thoughts, and ideas, I just want to say thank you, especially for staying this late to share, and especially for the young lady who actually said thank you. You stayed this entire time just to say thank you. So I just want to say thank you for being here this late. To the young people who I see who are investing in our community, the firefighters, I think that was just incredible that they came together and wanted to do something that bridges the gap, not just for low income and not for the market rate, but somewhere in between, which we are, that's an issue across the state, across the world at this moment, how the prices are hiking. So I'm just excited to see what they're going to bring to the city of Trenton. And just a couple of announcements. Tomorrow will be the reading of the declaration on Front Street. That's at 5:30. I know it was mentioned already, we have a bunch of Take It to the Street block parties that are coming up. So if you haven't seen the dates and the times and locations, you can look at the city's Facebook page to get that information. Also, there will be a dinner and a movie at the Rescue Mission on July 13th. And just a lot of fun stuff. Shout out to Jair Brown Tig from 49ers, who also has his events coming up. He has a fun day at the park on July 19th. So we just want to say thank you to everyone that continues to invest and pour into our young people. Have a good evening. Councilman Harrison?
First, I would hope that we can work out things with Ike Williams. They've been wonderful for this great city. They're helping bridge a gap for these young kids in this great city. I hope that works out. Also would like to thank Director Diego McCapelli, the fire director, Councilwoman Feliciano, Councilwoman Williams, the mayor, for being at Trent Center. They had no air conditioning there. It was great to see us all working, trying to help those seniors in that building. It was a true blessing. Let's see, what else? Director Vasquez, if you could talk about Cook School. If any update on the Cook School. Thank you.
Council President? The owner of Cook School, we reached out to them because we found that the general contractor submitted a letter withdrawing themselves from the project, so they would not be working on the project. Once I spoke to the owner, he now has a new general contractor. They're going to submit updated reports, updated permits, and update plans because there were some denials that were given by the subcodes. So hopefully soon that will be all submitted, but the permits are not issued yet.
Okay. So that'll probably be in the next couple months, I guess that will be the process.
Yes, because once he gives the plans and once they submit the updates, it's just a matter of being reviewed again. And any corrections that they made to the plans, they'll be reviewed. And once the permits will be issued, then they can start the work.
Do you have any idea what they're planning so far, or they haven't elaborated yet?
It's a multi-residential.
Multi-residential, okay. All right, thank you, Council President. Wish everybody the best. Oh,
Thank you.
happy 4th of July.
Excuse me.
Oh, happy 4th of July, sorry.
Thank you, Councilman. Council Vice President Williams.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to say first, thank you, Councilwoman Feliciano, for bringing the NAACP AXO group tonight with us. That was very inspirational. I see some really good things happening in the city. And then also regarding the fishing derby, thank you for your thank you, as my colleague said. It was a great event, and I'm looking forward to it next year. It was a lot of fun to see. Also, coming up hopefully in April, we might have an item that will benefit our Liberian community. And I know on the 26th is Liberian Independence Day, so I just want to say happy Liberian Independence Day to all our residents of Liberian descent. Regarding Trenton Center West, Councilman Harrison hit it on the head. It was a big crisis with the lack of air conditioning in such a big building. It was a great team effort. One of the things, unfortunately, that it's a truism is that in the state of New Jersey, there is no legal requirement for apartment buildings to provide air conditioning. It's considered a luxury. That's something that has to change. Senator Turner does have a bill. She's tried this before to try to get passed regarding that issue and making it a requirement. So hopefully we can help her with that in the future. I'll be reaching out to try to get the bill number and see if we can do a resolution of support, but that's something all of us would want on council. Additionally, Councilwoman Gonzalez spoke about the reading tomorrow of the Declaration of Independence at 6 o'clock, and then the other one 11, I think 5:30, and also there's one at 12. There's also additionally, if you meet at 1 West State Street, they have a History Fest going on nearby on Warren Street, but at 1 West State Street at 3 p.m., there's a walking tour of historic downtown Trenton that is free, so please join that. And then just wanted to say how happy I am about the animal breeding ordinance passing tonight. That's going to help our city and our four-legged family members. And finally, before I say one of my favorite seasons of the year is paving season, and I'm really glad that that's started this time because we really need it in a bad way. And hopefully we'll have more with the asphalt that got approved. Tonight was a great night to see the Bullock family and Mr. Kenneth Bullock be honored with the Kenny Bullock Grove. They have done a lot for the city, have done a lot in that neighborhood, and I couldn't think of someone more deserving of it. Finally, the last thing is there will be no Northward CPAC meeting this month. We're going to take this month off, and we'll see everybody on August 19th next month. Thank you very much, and have a great evening, and stay cool.
Thank you, Council Vice President. And finally, good evening, everybody. I echo my colleagues' sentiments tonight. You know, everybody pretty much said everything that needs to be said. Mrs. Shore, thank you for, coming to the meeting with your innovations and your engineering ideas for the city. And I really hope that something gets adopted because it is forward thinking. So thank you for that, taking the time. Really appreciate that. Ms. Cosby, I look forward to bringing my son to the fishing expeditions moving forward. He's learning how to fish now in the bathtub and in his baby pool. So definitely look forward to that. And for thinking outside the box, for different ideas for the city of Trenton. That's something that we definitely need. Other than that, we had a great program. I had an anchor program at the Senior South Village in South Trenton. I try to do it annually, and it's really, really good because seniors don't often know that they need to renew their applications annually. So please let your loved ones know if they're seniors that you have to renew for your anchor program to get your benefits if you're a senior citizen. Finally, I have my South Ward Community Meeting this July 23rd at 824 Adeline Street at Holy Trinity Church. And just so you guys know, kudos to the council members who do these meetings. They are so important, such that my last meeting for June had to be canceled because it was my mother's week. And I actually had constituents yell at me for not having the meeting. So with that, though, I think it's just, I guess it showed, I had to put aside my feelings and just see that it actually showed that these meetings do make a difference. We could bring directors, we could bring different people to the meetings to give information. And it does have value for the community. Other than that, this morning woke up to an email that our clerk would not be able to be here with us this evening, but we pulled it together, and I really want to say, Cleveland, you did a phenomenal job. Jorge, you did a phenomenal job as well. Thank you guys both. You guys made sure that the meeting ran smoothly. We had sound, we had Zoom, and thank you guys so much for pulling that off for us. It's really valued and important. So with that, I want to wish everybody a wonderful evening. Get home, God bless, and good night. Thank you. May we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, sir.
Aye. Aye.
Meeting-